Shalom in the name of Yehoshua HaMashiach, and welcome to this video, which is another video in a series of videos dealing with this doctrine of some Hebrew Israelite groups and teachers who teach that only Israelites can have salvation and can inherit the kingdom of Yah, and non-Israelites, i.e. people who do not have an Israelite father, cannot be saved and cannot inherit the kingdom. I've got various other videos on this issue. This is just a real quick video concerning a scripture that I was reminded about the other day, and I just want to share with you today. This concerns the prayer of King Shlomo, or King Solomon, and this is when he's built the temple in Jerusalem, and he's praying to the Most High Yahweh. And I just want to take a look at what he says in this prayer. We're going to start from verse 26, and let's read what he says. He says, "And now, O mighty one of Yisrael, please let your word come true, which you have spoken to your servant Dawid, my father. For it is true, for is it true, the mighty one dwells on the earth? See, the heavens and the heavens of the heavens are unable to contain you. How much less this house which I have built? Yet shall you turn to the prayer of your servant and his supplication, O Yahweh, my mighty one, and listen to the cry and the prayer which your servant is praying before you today. For your eyes to be open toward this house night and day, toward the place of which you said, my name is there, to listen to the prayer which your servant makes toward this place." So you see, Shlomo is beseeching the Most High and asking him that he would hear his prayer that he's making toward the holy place there, the house of Yah, the temple. Verse 30, "Then shall you hear the supplication of your servant and of your people Yisrael when they pray toward this place, and when you hear in your dwelling place in the heavens, and shall you hear and forgive." So see, he's basically he's beseeching Yahweh that he would hear the prayers of him and the children of Yisrael whenever they pray toward that holy place, showing that when the children of Yisrael prayed, they were to turn to the temple, turn to the holy place. And now what these Hebrew Israelite groups would say, they'd say something like, see, look, he's saying your people Yisrael. He's not praying for the Gentiles. He's saying, look, Israel, when they pray to the holy place, the Most High would hear. And then they'd go through it as well, and they'd go to verse 34, and they'd say, look, see, it says here in the heavens, and forgive the sin of your people Yisrael. It's not talking about the Gentiles, only talking about Yisrael, and so on and so forth. They'd go through again here. Shlomo says, "Forgive the sin of your servants, your people Yisrael," etc., etc. And this is the way that they go through the scriptures, and to try and teach that only Israelites have any part with Yah. But let me show you something in verse 41 that Shlomo prays. Have a look at this. He says, "Also concerning a foreigner," hello, a foreigner, that's a non-Israelite. But you see, one of these Hebrew Israelites would say, no, that's talking about an Israelite who has become like a foreigner. They're living as a foreigner, but really they're an Israelite. But that's not what Shlomo says. Shlomo says, "Also concerning a foreigner," Hebrew word nokri, "who is not of your people Yisrael." So Shlomo is praying for the non-Israelite here. Okay, very clearly this is not talking about an Israelite who has become a foreigner, but it's talking about a non-Israelite, just like Ruth, who was a non-Israelite. It says, "Also concerning a foreigner who is not of your people Yisrael, but has come from a far land." Why? Because he's a slave? No. He has come from a far land for your name's sake. In other words, because they have heard the name of the Most High Yahweh, they've heard of His fame, they've heard of His splendor, as it says, as Shlomo says here, since they hear of your great name and your strong hand and your outstretched arm. So see, this is talking about what? This is talking about a proselyte. This is talking about a Gentile, a non-Israelite, who has heard of the fame and the greatness of the Most High Creator, Yahweh, and he has come to the temple, and look, he shall come and pray toward this house. So just like Shlomo was praying before for himself and the children of Israel, that Yah would hear their prayer whenever they pray toward the house, so also Shlomo now is praying for the non-Israelite, very clearly, who has come from a far land because they believe in the Most High, they are converted, and they come and they pray toward the holy place, the temple. What does Shlomo pray for these righteous goyim, these righteous non-Israelites? Hear in the heavens your dwelling place, and do according to all which the foreigner calls to you. See, so Shlomo's praying to Yah, and he's saying, "Oh Most High, when these righteous goyim, these righteous non-Israelites come and pray to you, hear their prayer and do what they ask you to do, so that all the peoples of the earth know your name and fear you, as do your people Israel, and know that this house which I have built is called by your name." So Shlomo understood very plainly. Remember, he was, especially at this time, he was a very righteous man, and he knew the scriptures. And he knew that in the scriptures, in the Torah, it teaches very plainly that the children of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Jacob were to be a blessing to all nations. And we see that working itself out here in Shlomo's prayer. He's praying that this mandate of the Israelites would be fulfilled, and that the children of other nations, the children of the foreigner, would also come to the faith in the Most High and would come and pray. And he's praying that Yahweh would hear their prayer and do all that they pray for. Now this makes no sense whatsoever if, as some of these Hebrew Israelites teach, if it's the case that such a person, a non-Israelite, the child of a non-Israelite, cannot be saved and cannot inherit the kingdom, why on earth is Shlomo praying for them? And why on earth is he saying that they're going to come and they'll pray toward the house? And why is he asking Yahweh to hear their prayer and fulfill everything that these foreigners pray to be done? It just makes no sense.